I'm sitting down today with Cornell Chico Conaway, aka Husky Cheek, all over the internet as of late, with his daughter Brook. So we're gonna sit down and talk a little bit about some of those things. And obviously, this is the Strong Black Fathers podcast, so we always start off with the children. So how many kids do you have?
So Brook is that's my only biological kid, but I have two stepsons. Okay. So my wife has with 15-year-old and a 22-year-old. I mean, he's out the house, but so yeah, right. So two stepsons and my daughter.
Okay. And how old is Brook?
Brook is 7. Okay. She's 7. She's the one that pretty much runs the house, unfortunately.
I can tell. She definitely got that personality.
As you can see, she runs the house, bro. She runs the house.
It's 2 against 2. You and the 15-year-old. What's his name?
His name is Victor, man. He doesn't want any parts of the camera. You know what I mean? He's cool. You know how that is, bro.
Yeah, he got his own thing going on. I got
his own thing going on. You know, all he care about is Fortnite and Madden. That's it. You know, He runs when we bring the camera out. So it's just that's me.
I got you. Do y'all have any plans for any more? You and your wife?
Oh, no, you cursing, bro. No, you cursed on this podcast, fam. No, sir.
Oh man, okay. I always gotta ask. You never know. Somebody, you might do this thing with Brooke. You guys are clearly, getting a lot of attention. So, okay, all right, one and done.
One and done, Jack. That's it. She's enough. She's enough.
What do you actually do for a living?
So I am a pharmaceutical rep. Mm-hmm. It's called a specialty rep. So I actually have a chronic weight management injection that I sell. And I'm also an entrepreneur. I also have my own company, own a fitness brand called Gainz Sports Gear that I started in 2017 and just been grinding with that. So ever since I came home from college, I've just been a long-term sales background ever since I came home.
Okay. And I know, we were talking about the fact that when you started the Gainz Sportswear, you might eventually just want to go 100% into that, right? That's the goal.
That's always the goal. You know what I mean? That's the goal. You know what I mean? I mean, unless somebody buys me out or something like that. I'm just saying, it's funny, man, because this is my first business, and I just learned so much. I now see why. Dame Dash says that sometimes you have to be an asshole. Excuse me, I don't know if I can curse on this.
No, you can't. Go ahead.
It is a strong dad podcast. Well, I now see why sometimes you really have to be an asshole in business because, people will take your kindness for weakness. You know what I mean? So
it's tough drawing that line, figuring out, because you have to have your own self-worth. Right. You don't want somebody to step on you or take your business for granted. So it's hard to find that line of like, am I being a nice guy? Am I being too tough? But, you'll figure it out. I'm sure you probably already have figured it out because you've been doing some big things with Gainz.
Yeah.
We'll definitely talk about that. But I know you're out in Baltimore, right?
Baltimore. Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Baltimore.
So, we definitely got to talk about some things in Baltimore. I'm over in Virginia, and the DMV, they like to incorporate all of us, but I barely spend any time on the Maryland side. I'm there every now and then.
Yeah. What part of it?
I'm in Northern Virginia. I'm over in Ashburn.
Ashburn. Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah, man. So for one, I actually just saw something recently about this guy. Like they were talking about like what's your favorite type of like breakfast cereal? And they're talking about like oatmeal, grits, whatever. Everybody said grits, right? But then there was a dude from Baltimore, and he was like, "Well, I put Old Bay on my grits." And everybody took a step back, and then it got me thinking. Like I heard that Old Bay is kind of like the seasonal of Baltimore. Like Old Bay goes on everything. Yeah, not the truth.
Not on grits and that. Well, you know what? See, I'm not a grits. My wife is more of the grits person. I'm oatmeal all day long, but I'm not putting Old Bay on it though, bro. Nah. But Old Bay is definitely our seasoning. I mean, so much so that I remember I was traveling to Houston on a golf trip with the fellas, right? Mm-hmm. And I forgot. I think I got some fish or something. I was like, "Hey, can y'all bring me some Old Bay?" He's like, "Old Bay." I was like, "Damn, we're not in Maryland." So yeah, I'm Maryland. So it really needs to be spread out globally. That's how good the season is. Have you ever had Bay wings?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So you familiar? Yeah, you familiar? Familiar. Delish.
It's not my thing. I mean, listen, I love Old Bay on shrimp, on seafood, but when it comes to the wings and stuff, I gotta stick with the mumbo sauce, man. That's my key.
But you know what? Yeah. You know that dude just passed away, right? Did you hear about that? The one that made the mumbo sauce?
Nah, I did not.
Yeah, man. Because they now sell the mumbo sauce in the markets in Walmart and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I went to Bowie State, so I mean that's how I kind of got my hands into like the mumbo sauce. That's a DC thing, right? You know how y'all love y'all mumbo sauce and wings and fries.
Right.
So yeah, man, I was just reading something not too long ago, bro, that he had a heart attack and passed away.
Wow, I didn't even know that. Mm-hmm. I mean, he created something huge, like you said. It's in Walmart now. I remember I was in Giant and I saw it in Giant the other day, so I was like, yeah, it's everywhere now. It's taking over.
Yeah.
But yeah, also speaking about Baltimore, I know that you are hip to Baltimore club music, and I've seen that you actually been trying to get Brook into Baltimore club music, a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you, because my favorite Baltimore club music song of all time is Percolator, right? I don't even know if that's actually considered. Is that considered Baltimore club music?
So I don't know how old you are. Right? So you in your 40s or 30s?
Bro, I'm early 20 or late 20s. That's late 20s.
Right, so you're youngin. So I don't really consider I'm an old head. So the club music now I don't really relate to.
Okay.
Right, like I was in college when Percolator came out, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I was in college. I was in college. So I grew up on like a different era of club music, right? Okay. Like this stuff now, man. They I can't keep up with that stuff. They move so fast. I can't keep up with that. But yeah, that is our roots when it comes to club music. Not house, but club. You know what I mean?
So what's your all-time then? What's your all-time favorite Baltimore club music song? I gotta add it to the list.
Man, see, I don't know. That's the thing, bro. I can't remember. See, I know beats. I don't really know the name of the names. Miss Tony say how you want to carry it. That's one of them. You know what? I'm gonna find it out and I'm gonna send it to you because I don't know the names. I never knew the names of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because we didn't have
it was just the beat. That's all it was.
The beat, bro. When the beat came out, that's when you lost your mind.
I got you.
For the most part.
Like I said, you've been teaching Brooke about music. First, I know you talked to Tyler a little bit about Baltimore club music, but you've been teaching her about hip hop and old school hip hop, old school R&B. Why was that important to you?
It was important to me, man, because when I look at, I think more so because when I look at some of these younger artists, I feel like they really don't give the respect due to like to their roots, to the ones that came before them, right? But when you look at other genres of music, right, it's like they don't really consider when you look at like rock stars, right? They're considered rock stars. They're not really considered old school, And I feel you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't really see like some of the guys now like reaching back and getting like, maybe a verse from Rakim or something like that. Like I just think that would be dope if some of these young guys would kind of reach back to the dudes that kind of paved the way. You know what I mean? So so because of that, and that's what I grew up on. Like I grew up on Rakim, LL. Beat Street is one of my all-time favorite movies. I don't know if you ever seen Beat Street.
Mm-hmm. Right? Of course.
Right. Yeah. So because of that, you know what I mean? I just felt like I just like to instill that into my daughter. And once I found out that that's what she likes, it's like, oh, well, that just makes it even better because she loves it.
Right. And not only does she like it, but for somebody as young as she is, and you said she's 7, she can remember lyrics really well. Like it's crazy to me how well she can remember lyrics. Do y'all practice a lot, or does she just pick it up?
Let me tell you, are you Greek? Did you play anything?
Nah.
Okay, all right, okay. So I almost kind of like I pretty much haze her.
Okay.
I play right. I'm alpha. So it all started, man. Like she's very competitive, right? So I basically the first video that we did was Run DMC, I'm Black and I'm Proud. Right. Okay. That was the very first one that we did. So I'm just playing it in there. I'm just playing it in the car one day, and I said, you know what? I said, you're not gonna be able to learn these lyrics. If I told them to you, wouldn't learn it. She's like, yes, I would, Daddy. Yes, I would. So she goes over to my mom's house every Friday, right? Mm-hmm. So I said, okay, I'm gonna put it in your phone, and you let me know if you can learn it. If you can learn it, I'm gonna tape you, right? If not, I'm gonna get one of your girlfriends to do it. Once I said I was gonna get one of her girlfriends to do it, that pissed her off, right? So I swear, bro. So within maybe an hour and a half, she FaceTimes me back and says, Daddy, I got it. I said, you got what? She said, I got it. So when she did it, and plus she was doing it with like I didn't even teach her this. She was just doing it with passion.
Yeah.
Damn, I said, okay. So she just has a knack for her memorization is really, really good. That's like a special gift that she has, honestly, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, when I give her a song, if she locks in, it only take her like maybe 2 or 3 days to get it. And then we kind of got to go over like, you know, the moves that I might want her to do with it to kind of add the funk, put some funk on it. Right. Yeah, she's a special kid when it comes to that, man.
And it definitely sounds like she's a daddy's girl, because sometimes when you challenge a kid, they fall back. But it sounds like, you know, you say you've been hazing her and stuff like that. Yeah. So you've been challenging her for a while now. So she accepts the challenge as soon as you gave it to her.
Right.
So that's definitely dope.
Right. Well, I mean, you know, do you have kids yourself?
Yeah.
You have kids? You have daughters?
Yep, 4-year-old daughter.
Right. So you already know, man, like we got to build them to be strong. You know what I'm saying? Especially with, you know, being, you know, she's going to grow up to be a black queen, princess now. So, you know, it's our job to make sure that she's strong and make sure that, you know, the games that I used to run on the girls,
that don't work. Exactly.
Right. Yeah. So it's our job to teach her that. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much it. If I did that, then I've succeeded.
Okay.
Honestly. Yep.
Okay. Now I know you basically had Brooke on camera since like day one. Now I know you probably started doing more videos that she could talk more, but did you ever have hopes for her to be in like entertainment or anything like that?
You know what? It really didn't even. It all started off with us just having fun. Really, like I was going back to my phone. Like I taped her the first day that I brought her home. You know, I'm a natural fool. You know what I mean? So now I just got somebody that's just a fool just like me, just a smaller version. You know what I'm saying? Honestly. So really didn't have any aspirations for her to be in entertainment, but that's what she expressed to me. You know, she looked at like, you know, all these people that are on YouTube, and she looked at you know, these YouTube sensations. And when she looks at like JoJo, I don't know if you probably know.
Oh yeah, I know who JoJo is.
Look at JoJo, right? She looks at JoJo, and then she said, "Daddy, I could do that." So once I heard that, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna push that in you. That's what you can do. Yeah. So yeah, man. So, you know, we'll see what happens with it. We'll see. I'll keep you posted.
Okay. I mean, I'm definitely sure there's gonna be some big things coming from it. But now, was she always that type of person, like just outgoing in front of everybody, or was it just more so in the home?
You know what, bro? She not really. It's like when she was younger, she was shy. She was shy. Yeah, she was real shy, man. So. But she's always been outgoing with me, of course. Like I'm kind of like her security blanket, right? Yeah. And that's really what scared me, because so remember I told you we did the I'm Black and I'm Proud video about Run DMC, right? So from that video, we got a call from another big blog like yours called Because of Them. You've probably heard of it, right? Right. Yeah. DC, right? So they kind of, and I guess that we might have inspired them to do, because they always do something with the kids every year, like a Black History video with all the kids. So she invited Brook to be in it last year, right? Okay. But the big video was Run DMC, I'm Black and I'm Proud, right? So I was kind of worried that once she gets down there, is she going to be the same energetic, bubbly Brook that she is with me? Yeah. So when we got down there, I could tell that, you know, she was being a little shy. And then Unique is the one that her name's Unique. She runs the blog. She's like, okay, well, look, you know, parents, y'all got to stay in this room. That really had me worried, because I thought, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't there to push her. You know what I'm saying? Right. So she's like, look, trust me, your kids will be all right, but you know, all y'all got to stay in here. So man, I'm walking, pacing back and forth, like, Lord, they're gonna send us home. I know Brooke ain't going to stand. She gonna be. She can't. She's like, yo, your daughter killed it. I said, word? She's like, yeah, she killed it. So I think once the camera gets on her, it's like something clicks. Yeah. Something clicks. Man, so
that's crazy. I was gonna ask how that happened. So she saw that original video and she knew she wanted that song. So that's the reason why she picked y'all up.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly what happened.
Gotcha. Exactly. And since then, you guys have released, you know, so many different videos honoring other artists. MC Light, the big one was the Shaka Khan one. MC Light is the one that I got put on to. I found out about y'all. Yeah. But the Shaka Khan one, you know, that one went super viral, right? Like it was on Access Hollywood. Shaka Khan reposted it herself. I think something like Oprah reposted it. Like
Oprah Magazine, Viola Davis, Alicia Keys. Yeah, it was crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's wild. So I know that even the source wrote an article about y'all, but
It did, yeah.
do you have, and actually you were on that local news too, are you like hoping for more stuff like that? Are you hoping for like the Ellen show or something like that in the future?
Well, there's some things that's gonna be coming up.
Oh, okay.
I will definitely tell you, off air. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
But yeah,
sure.
it's some things that because of that will be coming up soon. So we'll see. You know what I mean?
That's great.
How
That's
that
good.
hopefully matriculate to other things. But
For sure.
yeah, man. But Ellen is something that it's great. You know what's great? Because everybody always tag Ellen. All the time, man. So, and we watch Ellen. We're a big fan of Ellen. So hopefully that's something that comes down the pipe.
Okay, for sure,
Yeah,
man.
without a doubt. Maybe she'll see this. Maybe she'll see this.
Yeah, maybe. You never know.
Right. Yeah, you never know.
You got to tag her on everything.
On everything, fam. On everything.
But yeah, man, let's talk a little bit about your parenting style. So just going through some of those videos, seeing and talking to you right now, talking about how you push Brooke to do, just about anything that she can. Like when you feel like she needs to step up to the situation, you basically push her. You almost antagonize her, right?
Oh,
and she steps up to it, which is awesome. Why is that your parenting style? Did that happen to you?
That's kind of how my father, raised me. He's a lot tougher, of course. You know what I'm saying? He's a lot tougher, of course. So, I just get, because she's a little shy, and because she's a female, you know what I mean? I just feel like I kind of had to be a little bit more tougher on her, because I'm not saying just because she's my daughter, but sometimes these pretty girls, they kind of get over it just because they're pretty, So I try to. Her mother and I always try to say, yeah, it's nice to be pretty, but it's better to be smart. You know what I mean? So, it's nothing better than a smart pretty girl. You know what I mean?
Dangerous.
Yeah, a smart pretty black girl. What's better than that? Anybody can just be pretty. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why we really try to, really push her, and more so just challenge her. You know what I mean? Because when you have these smart kids, sometimes they get bored.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I try to really challenge her. And I feel that, not trying to ramble, but I feel that, when I make her learn these lyrics, it's almost kind of helping her with school, because it helps her, memorize a lot of her studies. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like we're practicing how to study.
Yeah.
You understand if that makes sense?
Yeah. No, 100%.
Right. So that transcends into her schoolwork.
I think about how honestly I used to use those techniques to study myself, like in high school and college. Like I would make freestyles, like make raps in my head to try to like remember stuff. So I'm sure she's doing the same thing. Yeah. And speaking of, she freestyles herself, doesn't she?
She a little bit. A little bit. She's trash. She's trash, bro. She's trash.
Man, how you gonna call a 7-year-old girl trash?
Trash, fam. So it's funny because we were battling each other weekend before last, right? And she surprised me because she's like, Daddy, I got something for you. So I put Run DMC Beats to the Rhyme instrumental on, right? And she did something. She said a rhyme, but the rhyme was actually nice. But she went and wrote it though. It wasn't no freestyle, so I said that don't count. You know what I mean? But it was still tough though. It was still tough. But her freestyling skills is, she's trash.
All right. I mean, y'all keep practicing. We will. Might have somebody. You might have like the triple threat. She might be incredibly smart. Beautiful young woman, YouTube sensation, music, all that stuff. She might do all that. But who knows?
Sky's the limit, fam. Sky's the limit.
But yeah, man, let's get into what you got going on. Let's get into sport to Gainz Sports Gear, man.
Okay.
Which is so dope that you have that. Like you said, you've been working for you've been working for a company for a long time, and you decided that you wanted to do something yourself. Right. Now, can you tell me a little bit about why you decided to get into the sports industry the weightlifting industry? So
I love to work out. Right. Mm-hmm. Love to work out. I work out, 3-4 times, sometimes, try to do 3 to 4 times a week. Right. If not more. But that's like my hobby. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't have to go out to the bar. I'd rather go to the gym. Right. Yeah. So 2 years ago, I was trying to figure out, I always knew that I wanted to run my own business, but the hardest thing is finding out what it is you want to do. You know what I mean? What it is you want to do. So I've always loved working out with workout grips, right? A lot of people don't really know about grips. They either pretty much use gloves or they just go raw, right? Yep. So the grips that were out on the market, I felt were over expensive. They were like $60, $60 to $70, right? And they weren't, to my liking, they weren't long enough to go around the bar. You familiar with exercise? You familiar with deadlifts, pull-ups? Right. Okay. Yeah. So I felt like the grips that were out there, they weren't long enough to go around the bar. So I said, you know what? I would like to see if I can make my own, right? So I vetted a couple manufacturers, and I got to one that basically said, hey, well, you know what? We'll let you make your own design, right? So I made my own design, brought it back. I got the prototype for it, right? I took it to the Savage Gym here in Baltimore, pretty much where all the pro bodybuilders and pro, where they compete, the powerlifters go, right? So I took it over there and they said, well, look, you should make this change, make this change, make this change. So I made those changes, man. And then voila, I had my first product, which is now called the Gainz Sports Gear loading lock grips, right? So yeah, I'm happy to say, man, that I just was awarded my my design patent for my grips as well. So so from the grips, right? From the grips, there's some people, they still just want to feel the essence of the bar. You know what I mean? They but they still want to have wrist supports. By the way, the grips are made to basically lock it to the bar with the secondary benefit of giving you wrist support, right? So from that, then I moved on to basically making, wrist wraps, and not the wrist wraps, the kind of thin ones that you would get from Amazon or, get from Dick's Sporting Goods. Mine are like triple blended, right? Like, so mine are like, 3 different type of materials and thick, and, they really, really help you with the wrist support. So this, speeding up the story. So I basically moved from the loading line grips onto pretty much a full fitness line, man. Knee sleeves, elbow sleeves, weightlifting belts, pretty much. Then I just moved into, as you can see now, I have apparel, which is, a secondary stream of income for the business. So now 2 years later, man, my product is carried in like 12 different locations throughout Maryland.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you're in Virginia. You're the first closest to, mine is down in like Largo, Maryland, the Gold. So I have like 6 or 7 Golds that carry it. And then up here in Baltimore, we have a gym called Merit Athletic Club. So it's like 4 or 5 of them, and GNC carries it. And of course, I'm online as well.
Man, that's awesome. So I mean, that sales background definitely paid out when you. Door. I'm sure you went door to door to get your apparel and stuff into the gym. Or gym to gym.
Yeah. Same thing, bro. Same thing. Yeah, man. Yeah. But it's funny, man, because once you get in one, that kind of validates you to say, hey, I'm in the Goals up the street.
Exactly.
How you not gonna you're not gonna let them have something that you don't have. You know what I mean? So that kind of like, I was able to kind of just build off of each one.
So you basically used yourself to get the word out, and then from there, word of mouth?
Yeah, I use myself, and of course, social media. Social media is so big, man. I use social media. So once I use social media with it, that really kind of just helped me propel the business even more. You know what I mean? So, doing marketing ads through Facebook, through Instagram. But the biggest thing is basically pretty much being in front of the person, I'm also a vendor at a lot of these bodybuilding shows. Gotcha. And I actually set up, when I go to the bodybuilder shows, I actually set up a deadlifting booth at my table, so you can come over and actually deadlift at my table and actually try out the grips.
Wow.
Because a lot of people, you don't know until you put them on, and then when you put them on and you lock it to the bar, they always get like this aha moment, like, oh, so damn, this is what it feels like to actually lock it. Yeah, so so I have to bring it there, because experiencing them, right then and there is really what sells the product.
Did you know that from the first event you did, or did you take a little bit of time for you to learn to actually bring that barbell with you?
Yeah, it took a little time. Well, what at first I was doing, I was just kind of just bringing like just a little makeshift bar. And then my buddy made fun of me, like, man, why you bring that little weak ass bar here, man? Bring a real one. Bring a real barbell, right? So I went to Amazon and I bought one. And one of the gyms that I'm in actually donated me 2 old school 45 plates, right? So after that, man, every time I do an event, I always bring it out.
Okay.
I'm actually known for that now at the events.
I'm sure. Yeah, because I'm sure nobody else is doing that. So that's definitely creative.
Nah, nobody else is doing that. I think what I'm mostly proud of. I didn't mean to cut you off, brother.
No, you're fine.
I think what I'm mostly proud of is that you see a lot of African American companies that focus that they have apparel, right? Mm-hmm. They have apparel, which is great. But how many African American companies do you know that actually makes the equipment? Right? Do you know anybody else that actually makes the wrist wraps?
I can't think of anybody off the top of my head.
So for me, I feel like that's really what I'm most proud of. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times when someone that looks like you comes to my booth, they don't even believe it. They're like, wait a minute, you the one that makes these? I'm like, yeah, I'm the one that makes these. Right. Okay. So I think that's what I'm really most proud of, honestly. Out of everything. Yeah.
And I know you've been doing some big things with Gainz, man. You got you landed a huge deal with Bowie State, right? Like with the athletic department.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hopefully I can land some more of those, brother. Okay. Well, it did help because I went there. I can't front. It did help.
So you have some connections there.
Yeah. So the strength and conditioning coach there, he was there when we went to school together down there, right? Gotcha. So he saw what I was doing. He's like, and he hit me. He reached out. He's like, man, you know what? You need to bring your stuff down here. I said, man, say no more, man. I would love to do a custom order for you guys, right? Yeah. So I went down there, showed it to him. He took me over to the athletic director, and he's like, hey, this is alumni. This is what he's doing. So, but you know what? It took a long time. I didn't think it took like a year for the deal to really get done. You know what I mean? It wasn't quick, bro. It wasn't quick. But when it finally came done, of course, to me, that's probably one of the biggest accomplishments is being able to do that. But from that, I would love to do, other schools, even maybe high schools.
Yeah, it's like you said, how you got into the first gym and then it led to being able to get into more gyms. Right. Hopefully this pans out in the same way.
Right. It will. It's just, it's that consistent grind, bro. That's all it is.
100%.
You know how it is.
Yeah. Now another huge thing that I saw about the brand is that you guys were on, or at least the equipment was on the Breakfast Club with Charlamagne the guy.
Yeah. Oh, you saw that? Yeah, man. So I sent him. You gotta do your research. So I found out that first of all, I'm a fan of Charlamagne. Yeah. Definitely a big fan of him, right? And so I've read both of his books, and so I'm just a fan of his content. So I know that he's really into health now. All of them, him and Angela, they're into health. So I said, well, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can send him some workout stuff, right? So I sent him some grips and I sent him some wrist wraps, right? I didn't hear anything back, right? So I have some followers of mine was hitting me in the morning, like, yo, turn on the live or on Breakfast Club Live, your stuff is on there. So when I saw it, I took a screenshot. Yeah. You know what I mean? I took a screenshot just for the page. But I will say, if Charlamagne, if you see this, I ain't heard nothing back from you yet, brother. I would like some type of feedback.
Did he shout out the brand when he had it on the desk? Okay, he just had it out there.
I think he was like, all right, I'm gonna give him a little. You know what I mean? I don't even know if he did that himself, but I'll take it. Either way, I'm
sure. Either way, I'm thankful, man.
I'm thankful. Yeah.
And I know another thing that you've been doing is partnering with fitness influencers. How has that been helping your brand out?
Well, now see, that's tricky. That's tricky.
Okay.
That's tricky.
Tell me a little bit about it.
That's tricky because I'm always gonna keep it 100. So I might make some people upset up with this, but I don't care. So with the influencers, some of them, so you're dealing with some of these people that they have fake followers, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. Some of them have fake followers. Right. That happens. Right. Mm-hmm. So I really have to be careful who I align the brand with. Right. And so how I know is because, my personal page, I got like 30,000 followers on my personal page, on the Chico Solo page. Right. And my followers, I've never purchased any followers. Of course, a lot of them, are only there to see Brook, which is fine. You're still following. Right. Still following. But, you have a lot of followers. So, you can look at the engagement when you make a post. You know what I mean? So I can't understand if somebody has like 800,000 followers, but then they got like 4 or 5 comments.
Likes. Yes.
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
Bro, they don't add up. But here's the crazy part though, fam. So they'll have like maybe 4 or 5 comments, right? But they be wanting like $500-$600 for a post. So I gotta pay you $500-$600 for a post, or if not more, because one girl told me $1,000 for one post.
Wow.
Plus, with me being a business owner, right, I got to basically also take into account of the merch that I'm sending out to you, right? That everything costs.
You have to send it to them for free so they can use it. Yeah,
exactly. So everything costs, right? And some of these folks are saying, well, you know what? Plus, it might be a certain amount of money for 24 hours, but then we take it down. So I haven't had success with partnering with any of these big influencers. It's more so been, honestly, it's been the folks that's been rocking with me. The folks that basically when they purchase my product, I always say, I'm not big enough to not always write a handwritten note every time somebody purchase something from Gainz and I ship it off to them, right? I feel like that goes a long way. My whole aim is basically, or vision is to be pretty much the Nordstroms of the fitness industry, right? Okay. Customer service goes a long way, right? Yeah. So if you purchase something from Gainz, you send me a nice video that that's clean and not fuzzy, because how it is about editing, right? Yeah. I'm more like to feature you on the page versus featuring someone else that has 600,000 followers. And some of these people that's heavy in the fitness, they actually appreciate that, right? Yeah. So it's a win-win. It's free content for me, but also it's getting somebody else out there that that's maybe want to be an influencer, So it's kind of like a win-win versus me trying to. I wouldn't mind doing it, but it just has to be the right person and someone that's not going to be taking advantage of the brand. That's the only thing.
Okay, 100%.
So if that makes sense.
No, it definitely does. Now, what do you? So you said you want to be the Nordstrom. Are you looking to get into more like retail locations? Like I know there's like smaller sporting stores. Are you looking to get into those as well?
I'm not. I'm open to whatever opportunities that will basically grow the brand. You know what I mean? Any opportunities that will help grow the brand, I would definitely take a look at it. So if Dick's came to me and said, listen, we want to make a huge order, that's something that, I would, even if I had to kind of cut my margins for it, that's still an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? If the price point is right. Yeah. So for the longest time, I don't know if we could talk about business on here.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think if I could give anybody any advice with business is what I had to learn with this is that, you can't be stagnant or you cannot be resistant to change. I really had to learn that. What I mean by that is that, my supplier that was basically, manufacturing my product, right? I'm designing everything, but you still have to, just like Under Armour, Nike, they get their stuff made from overseas or whatever, right? Yeah. Sometimes these manufacturers they can take you for granted. Right? Send you stuff with no packaging or send you stuff with the wrong logos on it, right?
Right.
I've always felt with the one that I was dealing with was that, if I got like a big order from a Dick's, or if Nike wanted to come and partner with me and say, you know what, we would like to basically partner with you, for more so on the bodybuilding side, because we don't have that. We don't have that, in our portfolio. I was kind of scared that, would my supplier be able to meet that demand? Right. So I said, you know what? I can't keep keeping all my eggs in one basket. Right. I gotta be open to change. Yeah. Man, once I did that, now I have someone that, we're both on the same accord, and if I get that big order, I know I'll be able to fill it. You know what I mean?
Perfect. Yeah.
So if we could give any teachable moments while we're talking on this podcast, that's what I really want to give out. Be resistant, because it's something when business, something's always coming down the pipe. Always, you got to adjust.
So yeah, man, I always like to end it with a few questions. 3 questions I ask all my guests. So first things first is, how have your children changed your life? Or I guess you do have more than one child. So how have your children changed your life?
Time. They take too much of my damn time.
Oh man, hey, this is the Strong Black Files podcast. What you doing, man?
This time, man, you know what? If anything, they've definitely taught me that you cannot be selfish. You know what I'm saying? Because they will take everything, especially my daughter, because she thinks she owns me. She literally thinks she owns me. So I swear, I say it all the time, I feel like I'm married to two women, her and my wife. You know what I mean? So if anything, they've taught me to try to be more understanding and try to see their point of view and just basically not kind of just force mine onto them.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
No, and I've seen that you've had some like deeper conversations with your daughter that you recorded. And I think it was one where she was like basically telling you about like how you should own your own business or like start your own business.
Like, yeah, man, that was wild, like, right?
Franchise, yeah. So like just being able to get that perspective from children and sit down and listen to them, like they definitely have some things to say.
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Second question though is, what's one moment that's gonna forever live in your memories, like it recently just happened? Now, it can be something from your childhood, something that happened between you and your wife, something that happened in college, something with Brooke, whatever the case may be.
Something that recently happened. Let's see. Well, I think that something that recently happened. Well, I'm going to announce this late anyway, so I guess you get the exclusive.
Get the exclusive. Put the horns on it.
Right. So, Brook was just recently signed to an agency up in New York. Right.
Wow.
So, guess who else was signed?
Tell me.
You're looking at him.
Hey!
Which is way more important than Brook, right? Way more important than Brook, right? No, so
hey, congratulations, man.
I appreciate it, man. So we'll see what comes from it, brother. But I think just looking at her, look, she blew them away, man. She it was more so like an audition. It started from, you know what, if we decide to sign her, we'll let you know, blah, blah, blah. But by the time she finished, she did like a little monologue, because now she has a acting coach, right? So she did like this monologue. And what I did was she performed like 3 of the videos that went viral. So she did MC Light, she did Eric B. and Rakim, and she ended it off with Shaka Khan. She like did bits and pieces, right? And I kind of edited it to kind of like stop, stop and then start the next one, right? Mm-hmm. So when she did the Shaka Khan, man, like it was like 3 women in there. She went around and gave them all high fives, you know what I mean? And she just really got into it. So that conversation switched to, look, we want to sign her today. Yeah, man. So I think that's probably the most recent thing, because my wife and I, we actually felt like we was watching a TV show the way she was performing. It was like almost an out of body experience just watching her. You know what I mean? Because we thought she was going to be shy. She wasn't. She wasn't at all. So I think I won't ever forget. I know I won't ever forget that. You know what I mean?
At this point, it sounds like she's a born performer. Like the fact that she had the stage presence to go around and give high fives, like while she's singing that song, like that can't be taught, right? Like that's just something you gotta know.
Well, I will say, I told her, like while we were kind of practicing, I said this would be dope if you did this. But sometimes, I didn't think she was gonna remember, because I only really told her once. Okay. Right. And evidently, it must have stuck with her. So, you asked me what I won't. Yeah, I won't forget that moment.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's definitely amazing. So, is it just like a talent agency that any projects that come along, they'll shoot you your way?
Yeah, commercials, TV, voiceovers, all that stuff, man.
Oh man, that's amazing.
Yeah,
so I'm sure there's gonna be some good stuff coming from that, man. Congratulations to both of you.
That's it, man. That's what's it. Hopefully, we'll be able to get a chance to be on your page again.
Yeah, man, of course. And lastly, what advice can you give to new fathers?
New fathers. What advice can I give to new fathers? What advice can I give to new fathers? I think the biggest thing is that. First of all, you just have to take your time and try to instill good values in the child. try to make sure that, you know, whatever mistakes that you made, you know, you try to make sure that, you know, they don't make the same mistakes. But also, man, you know, especially having a girl, you know, you're going to kind of be, you're going to kind of sometimes, you know, she's going to have you wrapped around her finger.
100%.
But sometimes, she's going to have you wrapped around her finger, but you're going to have to give that tough love, though. You're going to have to get that tough love. And that's hard, especially for us, man. That's hard, man. Like, I don't know about you. I find myself sometimes yelling at her and then going back and apologizing, even though she was wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. 100%.
You know what I mean? When the tears come, but sometimes, you know, you got to stick to your guns. You got because I feel it builds character. It builds character. Okay. And it's more so, man, just try to be understanding to, you know, try to be understanding through each stage of the child's life, because they're developing from 2 to 3 to 7. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, she's not the same person that she was when she was 2 years old. Right. So, you know, you got to kind of go with each stage and treat each stage differently. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's basically it. And have fun. Yeah. Have fun. That's the most important. Have fun.
If there's anything that you are 100% clear on, is you have fun. Like you said, you're a goofball. You goof around with others. You have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think because, you know, my father is foolish. You know what I mean? Okay. And that's what all my friends love about him. Like, my friends would come over there just to see him. He curse everybody out. You know what I mean? I mean, so I think that's things that they won't forget. You know what I mean? Have fun, man. Have fun with them, but also, you know, give them the tough love. So have that balance. That's what I've been trying to say. Have a good balance in between the two. Okay.
And real quick, man, before we get out of here, I need to ask you about the fountain of youth that you've been drinking from, because you over here talking about you, like, how old are you?
Bro, I'm 45 years old, man. I'm 45, I'm 45 years old. I'm old.
When I was first, you're not old, man, but when I was first looking at the page, I was like, okay, man, it's got to be like, you know, 30, 35. And then I started looking at, because I think you actually shout yourself out for your birthday. Right. Right. So I started doing the math, and I was like, oh, wait, nah, he got to be in his 40s. So I was like, yeah, man, this man is drinking from the fountain of youth. It must be having fun and being goofy, huh? That's what does it.
Gym, man. It's the gym, bro. In the gym, man. It's the gym. Stay in the gym, bro. Stay in the gym. That's about it. Trying to drink a lot of water.
That's okay. But yeah, man, before we get out of here, shout out what you got going on. Let the people know how they can get in contact with you.
Yeah, man. So you can follow us. I am Brook. I am Brook Monroe. On Instagram, and you can follow me at Chico D Solo, CHICO D Solo, and if you're in the fitness, even if you're not in the fitness but you like wearing slick apparel, you know, you can follow my company, Gainz Sports Gear, which is GAINZ _sports gear on Instagram. So, man, check us out, man. At least follow the Chico D Solo page. We always doing something foolish on there all the time. So, you know what I mean?
We get content on there.
Yeah, we try to make people laugh, try to keep people happy in this crazy world out here, man. That's the aim.
Sure. Man, I appreciate you coming on the show. Man, thank you for your time, man. And we'll definitely have to get caught back up later on when you guys land your first TV show, because I'm sure that's coming down the pipe soon.
We'll see, bro. We'll see. I'll definitely let you know, fam. I appreciate the opportunity. Thanks a lot, man. Of course.